Denver International Traffic, Air Canada 902, taxiing to runway 34 left. Denver International Traffic, United 18 Uniform Sierra is taking off runway 25, departing north.
Denver International Traffic, Air Canada 001 is inbound. Request traffic advisories.
Denver International Traffic is using runway 26, left traffic. Denver International Traffic is using runway 26, right traffic.
Denver International Traffic, United 2640 is inbound. Request traffic advisories. Denver International Traffic, Air Canada 987, taxiing to runway 34 left. Denver International Traffic, Frontier Flight 1376 is on right downwind.
Denver International Traffic, Air Canada 92 Heavy, taxiing to runway 34 left. Denver International traffic. Air Canada 902 is taking off runway 24 left, remaining in the pattern.
Denver International traffic. Frontier Flight 1376 is on left base. Runway 34 left. Denver International traffic. Air Canada 631 Kilo Yankee. Taxiing to runway 25. Denver International traffic. Air Canada 32 Bravo Heavy. Taxiing to runway 34 left. Denver International traffic. Frontier Flight 1376 is 15 nautical miles to the south at 8,500 feet. Inbound for landing. Will make straight in for runway 34 left. Denver International traffic. JetBlue 1538 is 18 nautical miles to the east at 10,300 feet. Inbound for landing. Will make straight in for runway 26. Denver International traffic. United 1094. Taxiing to runway 34 left. Denver International traffic. Air Canada 32 Bravo Heavy is taking off runway 34 left, departing north. Denver International traffic. Frontier Flight 1376 is on final, runway 34 left. Denver International traffic. JetBlue 1538 is on final, runway 26. Denver International traffic. Air Canada 2338. Taxiing to runway 34 left. Denver International traffic. Air Canada 631 Kilo Yankee is taking off runway 25, departing north. Denver International Traffic, Air Canada 987, holding short runway 34 left. Denver International Traffic, Frontier Flight 1376 is clear of all runways.
Approaching runway 34 left. Approaching runway 34 left.
Denver International Traffic, Air Canada 987 is taking off runway 34 left, departing east.
Approaching runway 34 left.
Denver in...
Entered runway 34 left. Denver International Traffic, Air Canada 92 Heavy is taking off runway 34 left, departing east.
Denver International Traffic, Air Canada 220, taxiing to runway 34 left.
Denver International Traffic. Air Canada 2338 is taking off runway 34 left, departing north. Denver International Traffic, Air Canada 1038, holding short runway 34 left. Denver International Traffic, Air Canada 1038 is taking off runway 34 left, departing north. Denver International Traffic, United 1094, holding short runway 34 left. Denver International Traffic, Air Canada 104. Speedbird 66 is 24 nautical miles southwest of Ankara, South.
Toronto Center, Air Canada 92 Heavy, with you at 39,000. Attention all aircraft, Toronto Center is closing in 5 minutes. Air Canada 92 Heavy, radar contact.
Stand by, Speedbird 66.
Speedbird 66, continue as filed. Toronto Center, continue as filed. Expect the ILS approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson.
Continue as filed, Speedbird 66.
Air Canada 776, frequency change approved. Good day. Hotel Alpha Mike Alpha Romeo, descend and maintain 12,000. Descend and maintain 12,000, Hotel Alpha Mike Alpha Romeo. Frequency change approved. Air Canada 776, good day.
Speedbird 66, disregard last message.
Toronto Center, frequency change approved. Good day.
Speedbird 66, request frequency change. Toronto Center, Jet Airways 30 Victor Tango, with you at 30,100.
United 2642 is 7 nautical miles southwest of Toronto Pearson at 3,400 feet, requesting flight following to San Francisco. Jet Airways 30 Victor Tango, radar contact. United 2642, proceed on course to San Francisco. Toronto Center, Philippines 128 Heavy, with you at 37,300. Proceed on course, United 2642. Speedbird 66, avoid sending duplicate messages. Philippines 128 Heavy, radar contact. Thank you, Air Force 2.
I'm sorry, Speedbird 66.
Toronto Center, Qantas 24 Heavy, with you at 41,000. Air Canada 001 is 4 nautical miles northwest of Stratford Municipal at 16,600 feet, requesting ILS approach any runway at Toronto Pearson. Air Canada 001, avoid sending duplicate messages. Qantas 24 Heavy, radar contact.
Toronto Center, China Southern 002 Victor Golf Heavy, with you at 1,100.
KLM 695 Heavy, turn right heading 230. Speedbird 32 Heavy, turn left heading 190. Toronto Center, Air Canada 785 Heavy, with you at 39,000. Turn right heading 230. KLM 695 Heavy, turn left heading 190. Speedbird 32 Heavy. Qantas 24 Heavy is 28 nautical miles south of St. Thomas at 41,000 feet, requesting flight following to John F. Kennedy. Cathay 820 Heavy, contact Toronto approach on 125.4. KLM 695 Heavy, contact Toronto approach on 125.4. Speedbird 32 Heavy, contact Toronto approach on 125.4. China Southern 002 Victor Golf Heavy, radar contact. Toronto Center, United 1019, with you at 31,000.
Contacting Toronto approach on 125.4. Cathay 8.
Contacting Toronto approach on 125. Contacting Toronto approach on 125.4. Speedbird 32 Heavy, Attention all aircraft. Toronto Centre is now closed. Good day.
Thank you. Good day. Speedbird 66.
Toronto Pearson Airport. Addis Information India. Time 1747 Zulu. Wind 220 at 4 variable between 150 and 280. Visibility 21. Temperature 28. Dew point 20. Altimeter 3008 remarks. No intersection departures. No pattern work. No light aircraft accepted at this time. Use of departure and arrival procedures required. Landing runways 23 and 24 left. Expect ILS approach. Departing runways 23 and 24 right. Advise on initial contact. You have Information India. Toronto approach. Air Canada 92 Heavy, with you at 27,300. Toronto approach. UPS 719. Toronto approach. Air Canada 92 Heavy, with you at 25,500.
UPS 7190 Heavy. Descend and maintain 5,000. Air Canada 822 is 5 nautical miles east of Toronto Markham at 5,000 feet. Requesting ILS approach runway 24 left at Toronto Pearson.
Toronto approach. Air Canada 367 Delta Oscar, with you at 12,000. Descend and maintain 5,000. UPS 7190 Heavy. Toronto approach. Virgin 147 Heavy, with you at 7,000.
Asiana 2 Hotel Lima Heavy, you're in an active airspace. Please contact Toronto approach on 132.8. Cathay 820 Heavy is 7 nautical miles east of Brampton at 12,600 feet. Requesting ILS approach runway 24 left at Toronto Pearson. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November is 10 nautical miles northwest of Buttonville Mooney at 6,000 feet. Requesting ILS approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson. United 847 Uniform Alpha. Contact Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35. Asiana 2 Hotel Lima Heavy. Turn right heading 150. Turn right heading 150. Asiana 2 Hotel Lima Heavy. Cathay 820 Heavy. Continue as filed. Expect the ILS approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson. Roger. Cathay 820 Heavy.
Air Canada 367 Delta Oscar, requesting descent to 7,000.
Air Canada 367 Delta Oscar. Contact London Radio on 123.27. Virgin 1.
Air Canada 92 Heavy is 6 nautical miles west of Waterloo at 22,100 feet. Requesting ILS approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson. Toronto approach. Charlie Romeo Alpha Zulu Yankee 12, with you at 31,800.
Cathay 820 Heavy. Requesting descent to 4,000. Hotel Alpha Mike Alpha Romeo. Continue as filed. Expect the ILS approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson.
KLM 6.
Air Canada 92 Heavy. Continue as filed. Expect the ILS approach.
Roger. Air Canada 92 Heavy.
Air Canada 779. Turn right heading 150.
Turn right heading 150, Air Canada 779.
Cathay 820 Heavy. Avoid sending duplicate messages. Cathay 820 Heavy. Descend and maintain 4,000. Descend and maintain 4,000. Cathay 820 Heavy. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Expect vectors for the ILS approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson. Roger. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Turn right heading 200. Maintain 4,000. Maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 23 approach. Turn right heading 200. Maintain 4,000. Maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 23. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Air Canada 779. Turn right heading 200. Maintain 5,000. Maintain 5,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 23 approach.
Speedbird 32 Heavy is 9 nautical miles southeast of Oshawa Executive at 14,000 feet. Requesting ILS approach any runway at Toronto Pearson.
Philippines 382. Continue as filed. Expect the ILS approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson.
Toronto approach, with you at 15,900, descending via Boxham 7 arrival.
KLM 695 Heavy. Contact London Radio on 123.27. Charlie Romeo Alpha Zulu Yankee 12. Contact Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35.
Contacting Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35. Charlie Romeo Alpha. Contacting London Radio on 123.27. Speedbird 32 Heavy.
Roger, Air Canada 822. Air Canada 822. Turn right heading 260. Maintain 5000. Maintain 5000 until established on the localizer. Cleared Isles runway 23 approach. Cathay 820 Heavy. Turn right heading 140. Turn right heading 260. Maintain 5000. Maintain 5000 until established on the localizer. Cleared Isles runway 23. Air Canada 822.
Roger, UPS 7190 Heavy.
UPS 7190 Heavy. Turn right heading 210. Maintain 5000. Maintain 5000 until established on the localizer. Cleared Isles runway 23 approach. Turn right heading 210. Descend and maintain 5000. Maintain 5000 until established on the localizer. Cleared Isles runway 23. Asiana 2 Hotel Lima Heavy.
Is 9 nautical miles east of Smithorst Field at 13,200 feet. Requesting ILS approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson.
Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Maintain slowest practical speed. Maintain slowest practical speed. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Air Canada 779. Maintain best forward speed.
Maintain best forward speed, Air Canada 779.
Air Transat 765 is 2 nautical miles northeast of Peterborough Mooney at 15,400 feet. Requesting visual approach runway 24 left at Toronto Pearson. Continue as filed. Expect the Isles approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson. Air Canada 742. Contact London Radio on 123.27. Air Canada 712. Contact London Radio on 123.27. Speedbird 66. Radar contact. Roger. Speedbird 66. Air Canada 779. Contact Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35.
Contacting Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35, Air Canada 779.
Continue as filed. Expect the Isles approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson. Roger. Hotel Alpha Mike Alpha Romeo. Do not exceed 220 knots.
Do not exceed 220 knots. Hotel Alpha Mike Alpha Romeo.
Speedbird 66 is 3 nautical miles southwest of Dunsford at 30,000 feet. Requesting radar vectors to Toronto Pearson. Air Canada 822. Contact Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Execute missed approach. Turn right heading 350. Climb and maintain 5000. Air Canada 348. Contact London Radio on 123.27. Air Transat 765. Contact London Radio on 123.27.
Toronto approach, United 1019, with you at 16,400.
Cathay 820 Heavy. Execute missed approach. Turn right heading 320. Climb and maintain 6000. Executing missed approach. Turn right heading 320. Climb and maintain 6000. Cathay 820 Heavy. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Minimum fuel. 30 minutes remaining. United 1019. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Frequency change approved United 1019. Good day.
Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Expect no undue delay. Thank you. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. UPS 7190 Heavy. Contact Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35.
Contacting Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.
Air Canada 92 Heavy. Descend and maintain 5000.
Descend and maintain 5000. Air Canada 92 Heavy.
Air Canada 2338 is 6 nautical miles northeast of Stratford Municipal at 20,900 feet. Requesting Isles approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson. Cathay 820 Heavy. Turn right heading 050. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Turn right heading 050. Turn right heading 050. Cathay 820 Heavy.
Requesting descent to 10,000.
Turn right heading 050. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Philippines 382. Turn left heading 080. Descend and maintain 6000. Turn left heading 080. Descend and maintain 6000. Philippines 382.
Delta Delta Juliet Alpha Bravo Heavy is 11 nautical miles east of Stratford Municipal at 23,400 feet. Requesting ILS approach any runway at Toronto Pearson. Making a right 360. Air Canada 785 Heavy.
Delta Delta Juliet Alpha Bravo Heavy. Continue as filed. Expect the Isles approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson. Roger, Air Canada 2338.
Roger, Delta Delta Juliet Alpha Bravo Heavy.
Do not exceed 240 knots. Air Canada 2338. Altitude at your discretion. Do not exceed 220 knots. Hotel Alpha Mike Alpha Romeo. Do not exceed 220 knots. Do not exceed 220 knots. Asiana 2 Hotel Lima Heavy. Contact Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35. Contacting Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35. Asiana 2 Hotel Lima Heavy.
Do not exceed 220 knots. Hotel Alpha Mike Alpha Romeo.
Toronto approach. Turn right heading 310 and hold over Baldwin Airport at 13,000. Right turns. Do not exceed 230 knots. Cathay 820 Heavy. Turn right heading 190. Descend and maintain 5,000. Maintain 5,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared Isles runway 23 approach. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Turn right heading 140. Climb and maintain 4,000. Turn right heading 140. Climb and maintain 4,000. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Air Canada 8118 Heavy is 9 nautical miles east of Smithhorse Field at 14,600 feet. Requesting Isles approach runway 24 left at Toronto Pearson. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Turn right heading 200. Maintain 4,000. Maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared Isles runway 23 approach. Turn right heading 200. Maintain 4,000. Maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared Isles runway 23. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey. Air Canada 92 Heavy. Turn right heading 140. Descend.
Turn right heading 140. Descend and maintain 4,000. Air Canada 92 Heavy.
Cathay 820 Heavy. Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. Cathay 820 Heavy. Turn left heading 080. Descend and maintain 5,000.
Turn left heading 080. Descend and maintain 5,000.
Alpha 6 Hotel India Sierra Heavy. Do not exceed 220 knots.
Do not exceed 220 knots. Alpha 6 Hotel India Sierra Heavy.
Alpha 6 Hotel India Sierra Heavy. Descend and maintain 5,000. Air Canada 92 Heavy. Turn right heading 200. Descend and...
Turn right heading 200. Descend and maintain 4,000. Maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 23. Air Canada 92 Heavy.
Philippines 382. Turn left heading 0. Air Canada 92 Heavy. Maintain 180 knots until...
Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. Air Canada 92 Heavy.
Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Philippines 382. Turn right heading 150. Turn right heading 150. Philippines 382.
Emirates 216 is 7 nautical miles southwest of Lindsay at 16,100 feet. Requesting ILS approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson.
Toronto approach. Air Canada 490 Heavy. With you at 15,700. Toronto approach. Jet Airways 30 Victor Tango. With you at 12,000. Air Canada 785 Heavy. Continue as filed. Expect the Isles approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson.
Roger. Air Canada 785 Heavy.
Emirates 216. Continue as filed. Expect the Isles approach runway 23 at Toronto Pearson.
Roger. Emirates 216.
Jet Airways 30 Victor Tango. Radar contact. Jet Airways 30 Victor Tango. Turn left heading 200. Descend and maintain 10,000. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November. Contact Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35. Turn left heading 200. Descend and maintain 10,000. Jet Airways 30 Victor Tango. Contacting Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35. Exec Jet 8. Air Canada 92 Heavy. Contact Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.3.
Contacting Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35. Air Canada 92 Heavy. Toronto Pearson Tower. Air Canada 92 Heavy. Inbound on the ILS runway 23 with information India.
Delta 4832, request permission to cross runway 24 right.
Virgin 147 Heavy, wind 250 at 4, number 2, runway 24 left, cleared to land. Foxtrot Oscar Lima Romeo Bravo, wind 250 at 4, runway 24 right, cleared for takeoff. Number 2, cleared to land, runway 24 left, Virgin 147 Heavy. Delta 101 Heavy, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. Wilco, Delta 101 Heavy. Cleared for takeoff, runway 24 right, Foxtrot Oscar Lima Romeo Bravo. Speedbird 351, frequency change approved, good day. Delta 101 Heavy, request frequency change.
2,500.
Delta 4832, request permission to cross runway 24 left. Toronto Pearson Tower, Jazz 7700, ready for departure at runway 24 right, departing west.
Frequency change approved. Speedbird 351, good day.
Delta 4832, disregard last message. Toronto Pearson Tower, Cathay 820 Heavy, inbound on the IL.
Air Canada 92 Heavy, wind 250 at 4, number 2. Number 2, cleared to land, runway 23, Air Canada 92 Heavy. Cathay 820 Heavy, wind 250 at 4, number 3, runway 23, cleared to land. Delta 4832, cross runway 24 right.
Number 3, cleared to land, runway 23, Cathay 820 Heavy.
Air Canada 367 Delta Oscar, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final.
Crossing runway 24 right, Delta 4832.
Delta 101 Heavy, cross runway 24 right. Wilco, Air Canada 367 Delta Oscar. Air Canada 9 Heavy, hold short of runway 24 right. Crossing runway 24 right, Delta 101 Heavy. Foxtrot Oscar Lima Romeo Bravo, frequency change approved, good day. Holding short runway 24 right, Air Canada 9 Heavy, frequency change approved. Air Canada 92 Heavy, maintain slowest practical speed, Air Canada 92 Heavy.
1,000.
Toronto Pearson Tower, Jazz 7700, ready for departure at runway 24 right, departing straight out. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November, minimum fuel, 30 minutes remaining. Toronto Pearson Tower, Philippines 382, inbound on the ILS runway 23.
Air Canada 348, wind 250 at 4, number 2, runway 24 left, cleared to land. Philippines 382, wind 250 at 4, number 4, runway 23, cleared to
500.
land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 24 left, Air Canada 348. Number 4, cleared to land, runway
400.
23, Philippines 382.
Jazz 7700, wind 250 at 4,
300.
runway 24 right, cleared for takeoff. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November, expect no undue delay.
200.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 24 right, Jazz 7700.
Toronto Pearson Tower,
100.
KLM 695 Heavy, inbound on the ILS
50.
runway 24 left.
40.
Air
30.
Canada 9 Heavy,
20.
line up and wait
10.
runway 24 right. Line up and wait runway 24 right, Air Canada 9 Heavy. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November, roger, fly runway heading runway 23. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November, contact London Radio on 123.27. Toronto Pearson Tower, Charlie Romeo Alpha Zulu Yankee 12, inbound on the ILS runway 24 left with information India.
Contacting London Radio on 123.27, Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November.
Air Canada 367 Delta Oscar, request permission to cross runway 6 left. Air Canada 9 Heavy, wind 250 at 4, runway 24 right, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 24 right, Air Canada 9 Heavy. Toronto Pearson Tower, Hotel Alpha Mike Alpha Romeo is 16 nautical miles to the northeast at 4,300 feet, inbound for landing. Air Canada 92 Heavy, exit runway when able and contact ground. Wilco, Air Canada 92 Heavy. Wilco, Air Canada 001. Charlie Romeo Alpha Zulu Yankee 12, wind 250 at 4, number 3, cleared to land, runway 24 left, Charlie Romeo Alpha Zulu Yankee 12. Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 92 Heavy, request taxi to parking. Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 92 Heavy, taxi to parking, at your taxi to parking, Air Canada 92 Heavy. Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 367 Delta Oscar, request taxi to parking. Air Canada 33 Heavy, taxi to runway 24 right, contact tower when ready.
Toronto Pearson Ground, SkyWest 5444, ready to taxi to runway 24 right with information India.
Taxiing to runway 24 right, Air Canada 33 Heavy. Thank you, Air Canada 33 Heavy. SkyWest 5444, taxi to runway 24 right, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 24 right, SkyWest 544.
Air Canada 92 Heavy, cross runway 15 right.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 575, ready for pushback with information India.
Air Canada 367 Delta Oscar, cross runway 15 left. Crossing runway 15 right, Air Canada 92 Heavy.
Pushback approved, tail to the south, Air Canada 575.
Air Canada 824, taxi to runway 24 right, contact tower when ready. Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 001, request taxi to parking. Taxiing to runway 24 right, Air Canada 824. Air Canada 367 Delta Oscar, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Toronto Pearson Ground, SkyWest 8819, ready for pushback, requesting runway 2. Approaching runway 15 right. Crossing runway 15 left, Virgin 147 Heavy. Air Canada 3, entered runway 15 right. Crossing runway 15 left, Air Canada 001. SkyWest 8819, pushback approved, tail to the north. Toronto Pearson Ground, Virgin 147 Heavy, request taxi to gate 174 at the Terminal 1. Frontier Flight 23 Delta, give way to aircraft ahead. Pushback approved, tail to the north, SkyWest 8819. Crossing runway 15 left, Air Canada 367 Delta Oscar.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 348, request taxi to gate 139 at the Terminal 1. Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 514 Victor Alpha, ready for pushback, requesting runway 24 right.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 001, request taxi to gate A06A at the Terminal 3. Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 367, Air Canada 92 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 15 left. Taxiing to Terminal 1 Gate 174, Virgin 147 Heavy. Air Canada 001, taxi to Terminal 3 Gate A06A. Taxiing to Terminal 3 Gate A06A, Air Canada 001.
Air Canada 348, request permission to cross runway 6 left.
Air Canada 92 Heavy, cross runway 15, approaching runway 15 left. Crossing runway 15 left, Air Canada 92 Heavy.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Philippines.
Entered runway 15 left. Air Canada 348, taxi to Terminal 1 Gate 139. November 12 Alpha, request frequency change.
Taxiing to Terminal 1 Gate 139, Air Canada 348.
Air Canada 348, contact Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35. Toronto Pearson Ground, SkyWest 8819, ready to taxi to runway 23.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 575, ready to taxi to runway 24 right with information India.
November 12 Alpha, you were already instructed to change frequency.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Cathay 820 Heavy, request taxi to gate C36 at the Terminal 3. Contacting Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35, Air Canada 348.
Toronto Pearson Ground, American 1993, ready to taxi to runway 24 right with information India. Toronto Pearson Ground, November 6415, ready for pushback with information India.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Jazz 7700, ready to taxi with information India. Asiana 2 Hotel Lima Heavy, request permission to cross runway 33 right.
Jazz 7700, runway 24 right, taxi via Delta Victor, Delta, contact tower when ready. Philippines 382, cross runway 15 right.
Taxiing to runway 24 right via Delta Victor, Delta, Jazz 7700. Crossing runway 15 right, Philippines 382. Taxi to parking, Philippines 382.
Cathay 820 Heavy, taxi to Terminal 3 Gate C36.
Taxiing to Terminal 3 Gate C36, Cathay 820 Heavy.
November 6415, pushback approved, tail to the south.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 514 Victor Alpha, ready to taxi to runway 24 right. Cathay 820 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 15 left.
American 1993, please follow instructions. Toronto Pearson Ground, SkyWest 8819, ready to taxi to runway 23. Cathay 820 Heavy, cross runway 15 left.
Crossing runway 15 left. Cathay 820 Heavy.
Cathay 820 Heavy, taxi to Terminal 3 Gate C36 via Hotel, Bravo.
Taxiing to Terminal 3 Gate C36 via Hotel, Bravo, Cathay 820 Heavy.
Taxiing to runway 23, SkyWest 8819. Air Canada 514 Victor Alpha, taxi to runway 24 right, contact tower when ready. Toronto Pearson Ground, Charlie Romeo Alpha Zulu Yankee 12, request taxi to gate 248 at the Terminal 1. Philippines 382, cross runway 15 left.
Crossing runway 15 left, Philippines 382.
Toronto Pearson Ground, KLM 695 Heavy, request taxi to gate 137 at the Terminal 1. Charlie Romeo Alpha Zulu Yankee 12, taxi to Terminal 1 Gate 248 via Charlie, Delta 3, Delta Quebec. KLM 695 Heavy, taxi to Terminal 1 Gate 137 via Echo, Charlie, Alpha. Taxiing to Terminal 1 Gate 137 via Echo, Charlie, Alpha, KLM 695 Heavy. Give way to aircraft, KLM 695 Heavy.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 34 Heavy, ready for pushback with information India.
Philippines 382, turn right next taxiway. Air Canada 34 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Air Canada 34 Heavy.
November 6415, taxi to runway 24 right, contact tower when ready.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 766, ready for pushback with information India.
American 1993, contact Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35.
Contacting Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35, Cathay 250 Victor Alpha. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Air Canada 766.
Air France 121 Heavy, contact Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35.
Contacting Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35, Air France 121 Heavy.
Silk West 3689 Heavy, contact Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35. SkyWest 5444, give way to aircraft on your left.
Give way to aircraft, SkyWest 5444.
Thank you, good day, Virgin 147 Heavy. Asiana 2 Hotel Lima Heavy, give way to aircraft on your right.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Emirates 725, ready for pushback with information India.
Give way to aircraft, Asiana 2 Hotel Lima Heavy.
KLM 695 Heavy, hold position. Air Canada 92 Heavy, expect progressive taxi instruct. Roger, Air Canada 92 Heavy. Air Canada 92 Heavy, turn right next taxiway. Right on the next taxiway, Air Canada 92 Heavy.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air France 121 Heavy, request taxi to gate 176 at the Terminal 1.
Emirates 725, pushback approved, tail to the north. KLM 695 Heavy, I'm sorry. Toronto Pearson Ground, Southwest 880, request taxi to parking. Toronto Pearson Ground, request taxi to 503 at the South Cargo Apron.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 7.
Air Canada 92 Heavy, turn left next taxiway. Left on the next taxiway, Air Canada 92 Heavy. Approaching runway 33 right. Air Canada 92 Heavy, continue taxi at your discretion. Roger, Air Canada 92 Heavy. KLM 695 Heavy, continue taxi at your discretion.
Taxiing to Terminal 1 Gate 176 via Charlie, Alpha, Delta, Air France 121 Heavy.
Roger, KLM 695 Heavy. Taxi to South Cargo Apron 503 via Delta 4, Delta, Echo. Thank you, KLM 695 Heavy. Taxiing to South Cargo Apron 503 via Delta 4, Delta, Echo.
Air Canada 348, request permission to cross runway 33 right.
Air Canada 766, taxi to runway 24 right, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 24 right, Air Canada 766.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Emirates 725.
Air France 121 Heavy, give way to aircraft on your left.
Give way to aircraft, Air France 121 Heavy.
Air Canada 92 Heavy, stand by. Toronto Pearson Ground, Cathay 306 Heavy, ready for pushback with information India. Asiana 2 Hotel Lima Heavy, stand by. Cathay 306 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Cathay 306 Heavy.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Cayman 441, request taxi to gate B18 at the Terminal 3.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Anatolian 060, ready for pushback with information India. Cayman 441, taxi to Terminal 3 gate B18.
Taxi into Terminal 3 gate B18, Cayman 441.
Anatolian 060, pushback approved, tail to the north. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Anatolian 060. Air Canada 34 Heavy, please expedite. Toronto Pearson Ground, Delta Delta Juliet Alpha Bravo Heavy, request taxi to gate 528 at the infield concourse. Delta Delta Juliet Alpha Bravo Heavy, taxi to infield concourse gate 528. Air Canada 712, request permission to cross runway 6 left.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Emirates 725, request taxi to gate 180A at the Terminal 1.
Taxiing to infield concourse gate 528, Delta Delta Juliet Alpha Bravo Heavy.
Cayman 441, request permission to cross runway 33 right.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 899, ready for pushback with information India.
Emirates 725, taxi to Terminal 1 gate 180A via Delta Victor, Delta Tango. Air Canada 899, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Taxi into Terminal 1 gate 180A via Delta Victor, Delta Tango, Emirates 725.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Air Canada 899.
Delta Delta Juliet Alpha Bravo Heavy, cross runway 15 right. Cayman 441, cross runway 15 left. Crossing runway 15 right, Delta Delta Juliet Alpha Bravo Heavy. Stand by, KLM 695 Heavy.
Crossing runway 15 left, Cayman 441.
Air Canada 34 Heavy, say intentions. Air Canada 712, contact Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35. Contacting Toronto Pearson Tower on 118.35, Air Canada 712.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 34 Heavy, ready to taxi with information India.
Air Canada 34 Heavy, taxi to runway 24 right, contact tower when ready.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Turkish 759, ready for pushback with information India.
Air Canada 34 Heavy, thank you. Asiana 2 Hotel Lima Heavy, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Asiana 2 Hotel Lima Heavy.
Air Canada 766, give way to aircraft ahead.
Give way to aircraft, Air Canada 766.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 92 Heavy, continue taxi. Continue taxi, Air Canada 92 Heavy. Taxiing to runway 24 right, Cathay 306 Heavy. Air France 121 Heavy, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Air France 121 Heavy.
Anatolian 060, taxi to runway 24 right, contact tower when ready. KLM 695 Heavy, stand by. Taxiing to runway 24 right, Anatolian 060. Stand by, KLM 695 Heavy.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 899, ready to taxi with information India.
KLM 695 Heavy, continue taxi. Continue taxi, KLM 695 Heavy. Thank you, KLM 695 Heavy. Emirates 241, you're on an active airport. Please contact Toronto Pearson Ground on 119.1. Thank you, good day. Air Canada 899, taxi to runway 24 right, contact tower when ready.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Pakistan 784, ready for pushback with information India.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November, request taxi to stand 545 at the GA apron. Taxiing to runway 24 right, Air Canada 899.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Juliet Hotel 411, ready for pushback with information India.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Transat 765, request taxi to parking. Toronto Pearson Ground, KLM 961 Kilo Lima, ready for pushback.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Emirates 241, ready to taxi with information India. Juliet Hotel 411, hold position. Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 712, request taxi to gate 180A at the Terminal 1. Holding position, Juliet Hotel 411. Emirates 241, taxi to runway 24 right, contact tower when ready. KLM 961 Kilo Lima, pushback approved, tail to the east. Taxiing to runway 24 right, Emirates 241. Air Canada 712, taxi to Terminal 1 Gate 180A via Delta, Delta.
Pushback approved. Tail to the east. KLM 961 Kilo Lima. Taxi to parking. Air Transat 765.
Pakistan 784, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved. Tail to the north. Pakistan 784.
Taxiing to GA Apron Stand 545 via Foxtrot. November. Echo. Exec Jet 813 Whiskey November.
Speedbird 987 heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north. Jet Airways 30 Victor Tango, taxi to Terminal 1 Gate 138A via Charlie, Charlie 1, Alpha. Air Canada 712, cross runway 15 left.
Taxiing to Terminal 1 Gate 138A via Charlie, Charlie 1, Alpha. Jet Airways 30 Victor Tango. Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 490 Heavy, request taxi to Gate 122 at the Terminal 1.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Air Canada 237 Victor Alpha, ready for pushback with information India, requesting runway 24 right. Air Canada 490 Heavy, taxi to Terminal 1 Gate 122.
Taxiing to Terminal 1 Gate 122, Air Canada 490 Heavy.
Air Canada 490 Heavy, cross runway 15 left.
Crossing runway 15 left, Air Canada 490 Heavy.
Air Canada 237 Victor Alpha, pushback approved, tail to the east. Pushback approved, tail to the east. Air Canada 237 Victor Alpha.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Turkish 759, ready for taxi with information India. Toronto Pearson Ground, KLM 961 Kilo Lima, ready for taxi.
Toronto Pearson Ground.
Request taxi to Gate 126 at the Terminal 1.
Thank you, good day, KLM 695 Heavy. Toronto Pearson Ground, Turkish 759, taxi to runway 24 right, contact tower when ready. Emirates 241, you were already instructed to change frequency.
Toronto Pearson Ground, Pakistan 784, ready to taxi with information India.
Taxiing to runway 24 right, Turkish 759.
Juliet Hotel 411, taxi to runway 24 right, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 24 right, Juliet Hotel 411. Toronto Pearson Ground, United 760 Heavy, request taxi to Gate C31.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 24 left, Air Canada 348. Number 4, cleared to land, runway 23, Philippines 382.
Jazz 7700, wind 250 at 4, runway 24 right, cleared for takeoff. Air Canada 9 Heavy, line up and wait runway 24 right.
Air Canada 32 Bravo Heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 23 with information India.
Air Canada 367 Delta Oscar, request permission to cross runway 6 left. SSJet 813 Whiskey November, contact London Radio on 123.27. Charlie Romeo Alpha Zulu Yankee 12, inbound on the ILS runway 24 left with information India.
Contacting London Radio on 123.27, exec Jet 813 Whiskey November.
Air Canada 367 Delta Oscar, request permission to cross runway 6 left. Charlie Romeo Alpha Zulu Yankee 12, inbound on the ILS runway 24 left with information India. ExecJet 813 Whiskey November, contact London Radio on 123.27. Charlie Romeo Alpha Zulu Yankee 12, inbound on the ILS runway 24 left with information India.
Contacting London Radio on 123.27, exec Jet 813 Whiskey November.
Air Canada 367 Delta Oscar, request permission to cross runway 6 left. Air Canada 9 Heavy, wind 250 at 4, runway 24 right, cleared for takeoff.
Roger, exec Jet 813 Whiskey November.
ExecJet 813 Whiskey November. Contact London Radio on 123.27. Charlie Romeo Alpha Zulu Yankee 12. Inbound on the ILS runway 24 left with information India.
Contacting London Radio on 123.27. ExecJet 813 Whiskey November.
Air Canada 367 Delta Oscar. Request permission to cross runway 6 left. Air Canada 9 Heavy. Wind 250 at 4. Runway 24 right. Cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 24 right. Air Canada 9 Heavy. Hotel Alpha Mike Alpha Romeo is 16 nautical miles to the northeast at 4,300 feet. Inbound for landing. KLM 695 Heavy. Wind 250 at 4. Number 2. Runway 24 left. Cleared to land. Air Canada 32 Bravo Heavy. Wind 250 at 4. Number 3. Runway 23. Cleared to land.
Number 3. Cleared to land. Runway 2.